And what was your favorite character?
All right. If I'd known there'd be questions, I would have prepared. I don't have an answer to this question.
Why don't you read one of the notes you prepared? Because I know you took notes. We watched it together.
Yeah. The only thing that I really wanted to talk about specifically was how this entire movie is moot at this point. And I sent the link to you guys. There was a court case and there was a law passed in 2005 that essentially made it illegal to try manufacturers or vendors for shootings caused by weapons. So this movie was like 2 years before that law passed. So the whole point of the movie kind of doesn't matter now. And I know that specifically came up in the most recent two U.S. elections. So that's really what I took away from most of it.
I didn't know that. I'm not surprised. I mean, aside of that, wow.
It's weird because, like, this movie very much feels like a product of its specific time. And, like, I know, like, I was young and, like, you were obviously even younger than us. But, like, there was this weird, like, I don't know. We're in the middle of the Bush years with this movie. And, like, there's this, like, obviously the shooting is supposed to give you, like, Columbine emotions. And, like, it's trying to, like, pick out a very specific emotion in the audience. And it's weird because, like, the way the movie plays out is, like, it's acting like the possibility of fairness still exists in America. Like, I don't know, it was weird. Watching this, I was like, they would never make this movie today because, like, it seems ridiculous. It seems ridiculous that in the end the plaintiff is successful and successfully holds a corporation accountable, right? Because, like, we're pre-Citizens United. We're pre-legislation that prohibits people from suing gun manufacturers. Like, this is still the, like, I don't know, like, West Wing liberalism, idealism days.
Yeah, that's what it is, because you have the gun manufacturer, or ers in this case. I think there's a bunch, and, like, they're clearly, like, trying to, or have consistently pulled the strings in the background to influence juries in cases involving shootings and gun violence and all that. And you have Gene Hackman's character being like, I've never lost a case, as kind of like this evil, like, ghoul specter corporate man in a suit with his high-tech dudes and surveillance and stuff. But at the end of the day, the good guys win because justice always prevails.
Yeah, and, like, it's weird because at the end, when, like, essentially Rachel Weisz and John Cusack extort a bunch of money out of Gene Hackman, and then the verdict still goes to the plaintiff. And at the end, he's like, well, how'd you convince them? And John Cusack's like, I didn't convince them. I just stopped you from interfering. Like, it's a very, like, justice prevails movie in a way that was almost, like, sad. Because, like, it's literally like if you made this movie today, people would think it was dumb. Because, like, it doesn't, like, it's just so unrealistic. And then I was thinking, too, when they, so she gets a settlement, and it was, like, aggravated damages or whatever it's called in New Orleans was, like, $110 million. And then I was thinking to myself, I was like, pretty sure New Orleans has caps on damages, though. So it's like, even since then, it's like there's been, like, a ton of legislation in states capping the amount of damages for things. So it's like, even if no jury awarded you that, like, you might get a 50th of that money in real life. Like, it was just like, yeah, in terms of the content, like, the actual plot of the movie, I found it very, like, weirdly nostalgic of the time, like, very dated. And then also some of it was, like, patently ridiculous. Because, like, so eventually Gene Hackman's, like, people start to do more nefarious stuff. And at one point they, like, burn down John Cusack's house. Like, they burn down his apartment. Orleans, but, like, it's an apartment. Like, other people live in this building. And then, Aunt, what did you say? That, like, it's actually fine if you're tearing down the walls and the floors because your neighbors don't want to go over?
Yeah, I mean, if you're a good neighbor, you're not going to knock on the door.
Even if there's there's literally someone breaking into the apartment, setting it on fire, though.
Yeah, I don't know. Let people be.